All right, we've got Pete, I think, putting out a double straddle. That's what it appears, yes.
Yeah, so Doc,
He's squirrely enough he could be putting in a min raise here too, but my guess would be
yeah, the cards have kind of almost been dealt out, and oftentimes the sort of rule or etiquette is that you have to get that straddle out before all the cards are dealt. So there may have been sort of a last-minute straddle, but we're going to get a flat call here from Coins, and E back to his usual ways, finding a sort of medium-strength hand that he just has to raise with. Let's see who wakes up with the goods to punish him this time.
Yep. It's not going to be Chaz. He's figuring out that seat one there. I think it's cursed. It's like really cold. That's a cold seat. Yeah, and I was in seat one. And if that seat went anything held my sessions, because Big Daddy Chaz can do a lot of folding there.
Yeah, so that Bermuda Triangle over there.
It really is.
Yeah, Big Country Pete here. He's looking down at a couple of eights after a 3-bet from Sage in the cutoff. And yeah, Pete's just going to put in the smooth call here. Coins is going to come along too. And E now with a pretty good hand to take a flop with. Even multi-way, he's almost certainly going to put in the flat call as well. And we're going to go 4 ways yet again. Sure enough. So yeah, a lot of these pretty light 3-bets we've been seeing here tonight. I like the plays that's just not getting through and everybody's calling. So let's see what we get on this flop.
Yeah, and a really wide range that I was like, oh my God, these hands are so connected that they could all hit it. And that's exactly what has just happened. Coins has got a jack-eye straight. E has flopped the nut straight. Pistol Pete here has got bottom set.
And
This
Sage
is going to get crazy.
And Sage with middle pair and backdoor diamonds. I don't expect him to get involved in this, although it could get a little bit dicey now because E has to raise here. Yeah, Sage is going to get let out of this one pretty easily, but yeah, E has to make this a pretty chunky bet, honestly. Yeah, he's going to take it up to almost 800. I like that sizing. Definitely want to get value from the flush draws that have the most equity to beat you. And then he's going to find out kind of that Big Country's got something as well when it gets fold out of Sage here, I expect. Because Pete, oh man, yeah, what does he do when we got a bet and a raise in front of you with bottom set? Sage is going to do his due diligence, sort of think it through, but yeah, he's going to get rid of that one. Back over here to Pete, so 2K in the pot already. Bet and a raise in front of him. After he checked his bottom set. He does have a diamond as well. Wonder how that'll affect his decision making. So yeah, all 3 of these players connecting in such a massive way. Every one of them loved that flop, and now it's gotten back to Pete, and he's like, wait.
And I mean, it's just the person I think has the hardest. I mean, it's going to be really hard for Coins to ever get away from this hand. That unless a diamond peels, where it's pretty apparent that his hand could be pretty beat. Like he's going to be here for the whole part of it. Oh my God, Pete has shoved.
Yeah, and I mean, he's actually not in that bad a shape. If you look, he's got 40% equity, and this is the thing, right? When you have a bet and a raise in front of you, it very oftentimes looks like your opponents may have a straight, and you just, it's like you've got so much equity against straights, even in flush draws, right? Like you're just in pretty good shape. So yeah, get it in there. We got a 13K pot.
Oh, board pair.
Yeah.
There's the board pair there for Pete.
And that was just game over. The other 2 players were just stone dead at that point because they didn't have a pair to try to find a better boat. And yeah, Queen of Diamonds here on the end. Pistol Pete making a full house right on the turn, no sweat. And he is going to scoop a massive pot, go up to just shy of 13K. Maybe the weakest link at this point. I don't think Andy Dalton has really shown enough to really criticize him that much. We'll see if he can get a drive going here right now, right? They've got decent field position starting at the 34. Going to try to march down the field in this last 4.5 minutes of the half, but I don't know. Yeah,
Still going to want to kind of get on the board before the half ends. That leaves you some window, but
absolutely. Yeah, I think that's critical. But we've got a couple of decent hands here. We've got two queen-jack offsuits matching up against each other. Coins here with the initial raise. Ace-king of spades. Is he going to put in a 4-bet? I think he should, but will he feel emboldened to do so without the toppy tops? He is. So, oh, this looks like a small 3-bet, though. So he's being called a 4-bet on screen. Unless I missed something. Oh, that's right. He had raised to 25. Yeah, okay. So he raised to 25. We got a 3-bet to 90, and he's going to basically min-click this. So that's just going to bring all 4 players in, bloat this pot up a little bit. Interesting play, as we do have him well ahead given the other holdings of his opponents, although the 2 queen jacks are going to find top pair here somehow and take a strong lead on this. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing here for John and Coins now. John at least with backdoor diamonds to try to pick something up, or maybe even backdoor straight, but Coins, just the 2 overcards. Bunch of red out there with his 2 spades. E gonna take the initiative here, put out a 1/3 pot size bet, if I'm not mistaken. No, a little bit closer to half with his top pair middling kicker. JJ now has not showed a lot of propensity to fold hands like this, so I expect him, yeah, he's going to reach for some calling chips, especially in position here. Doesn't have any connectivity with the suit texture, but definitely going to come along. Coins as well, interesting. So Coins doesn't take that as an opportunity to get away from his hand. He's going to come right along and brick this turn.
Brick City Knights here on TCH Live as Coins have gotten stocked, has been back on the upswing, but E trying to recover after a tough start. May get aided here by Coins. Think about betting.
Yeah, so E has one of those hands that's solidly on the border of like, can I bet for value? And is it even worth betting for protection, right? Yeah, and honestly, I don't fault him at all for just checking that. The problem is that JJ is going to take this opportunity to put in a bet of, I guess, about 1/3 pot, and for some reason I see Coins grabbing chips like he wants to call. This would not be a good play if he decides to put those chips in the middle. Unless he gets lucky, but he's definitely thinking about it, and he is coming along
here.
Yeah, 2 overcards to the board. He says, you know what, there's still an ace or a king in that deck, and I might hit it. Imagine the ace or the king of hearts, though. 4 diamonds.
He just really loves the coin sound effect. He's just like, come on, we can't, this is a big pot. This is an opportunity here for that sound effect to go for a very long time, as it's built up now here to 4,400 Aaron.
This is a massive pot given the strength of these hands, and we're going to get this funky, nasty, disgusting river. But it's going to be perfect for Coins, and we got to queue this thing up. Can it go to 32x? Can we get the full machine gun?
I've seen, okay, the 2x is the fastest.
Okay, that may be all we need.
That might be it.
This is almost certainly going to check. And Coins is going to roll this hand over. These other 2 players are going to look at each other in disbelief, knowing that they were chopping this between each other. And somehow that hand stuck it out. Yeah, they're in disbelief. You can tell the little hand shrug, from E, just baffled. And sure enough, those cards go into the muck. Coins going to ship a 4.4K pot floating ace king out of position all the way down to the river. Here we go, people.
Again, we're looking for commentators for TCH Dallas. Looking really hopefully for somebody in. Hey, you might be all right, and I can maybe coach you up, but we at least want to see you give it a shot here, as record yourself doing a voiceover of a previous TCH Live episode. Send it to us here at tchlive@texascardhouse.com. All right.
We got E here mixing it up again. Gonna raise it up over Coin's flat call here from the hijack. Yeah, E here in the cutoff. Ace-9 offsuit. Gonna try to get something going here with just 30 minutes left in the program. JJ finding another spot to raise it up. He likes his suited kings of diamonds to go for those 3-bets, but this is a very small 3-bet. That is effectively a min click. And we're going to go 4 ways again. So we've got diamonds, hearts, spades covered. And that is about as rainbow as it gets. But smashes coins with top 2 pair. Might be getting the sound effect ready because JJ is going to keep blasting here with 2 overs and backdoor diamonds.
Oh, wow. And we've got John here with the top pair with an ace kicker. That is...
Yeah, really hard to let this go after just one street or one bet here. Yeah, and he's reaching for calling chips. Fully expect this. Now, coins really should be raising here, but if he's true to form, he's just going to put in a call. And he does, so he's just going to call E now, looking down at 2 overs. Whole lot of not much equity getting out of the way. Back to JJ, who says, oh, geez, I just didn't get any folders here, and no diamond on the turn, so he may not be continuing his story any longer. I would argue against it, but let's see what he thinks with his 0% equity. He is going to check and give up. John now, still with top pair, has also picked up a gutter to a 3.
John here to bet it here once it gets checked too. You could probably think that coins is on some kind of draw or weaker 8, but as we can see, he's got top 2 on the board, a bet 600, and a quick call. So I think that's probably it here for JJ in the spot.
Really should be. Yeah, he's got no business being in here, especially coins with only 1.4K behind. That is a super strong call. John also has to be wondering, what on earth are you putting that many chips in the pot with? King of hearts here on the end. Not going to change anything. Coins is going to win this hand. John, for some reason, still putting chips in the pot, though. 500, maybe a blocker bet. It works, and coins only calls, so maybe that was a good blocker bet there from John to keep the price down. I mean, I probably shouldn't ever consume one at the time of the broadcast just because then I'll be up until 6 a.m. and we'll die a little.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't be weird like me and up at all hours. So
yeah, your lifestyle, I'm not sure if I want to emulate too closely, especially when it comes to the rain. But, that
is, got to stay caffeinated, active, alert. Never know when a chat pro might zap you from the chat. You can't just put him on blast and put him right back in his place or her place.
Like that.
Generally, it tends to be dudes that tend to be overzealous as far as pot shots from the crowd. But y'all are fantastic. We got ace queen here in the mix as 4s, and now a turn deuce for the Big Daddy Chaz.
Yeah, 4 is no good. They still have an open ender here, though. So let's see how this goes. Sage is going to take this opportunity to bet. We've got 2 players with King Jack that are definitely going to have to find their way out of this hand. Poker Traveler not picking up the spade 9 or 6 that he was looking for. So he should be getting out of the way as well. But Big Daddy Chaz here going to smooth call with the deuces. That isn't the best board for bottom set. There's a lot of connectivity, so he's going to kind of wait and see how this plays out here on the end. Doesn't want to see a 6-4 or ace, most likely. It is going to be a queen of spades, so actually a very safe card considering the texture. Big Daddy Chaz checked 2. He can go for value here. I like somewhere in the 2/3 pot range here personally. Your opponent could have a lot of 2-pair type hands, but Big Daddy Chaz, he doesn't size down very often. I think he's going full pot here. And he is, so yeah, nice, healthy, full pot size bet. See if Sage is willing to look him up.
I think Big Daddy Chaz is a big fan of the HBO series The Deuce. I know Sage is not a fan of it right now. Boy, it's been a tough one for our guy Sage.
And he called too. He did. He had the blocker to the straight and felt like his opponent just couldn't have anything, and he pays it off with the pocket fours. Very ambitious play, thinking that Chaz was just punking him. And honestly, just really great sizing and great play there. Once again from Big Daddy Chaz, putting on a clinic of how to get paid the most value in each spot that he's in. Doc here, though, raising it up with a couple of aces. This could make the highlight reel if he finds a competitor. Coins, suited ace, he's coming along.
For the ride here as...
Yeah, a bunch of napkins. JJ, though, not afraid to come in with a suited, unsuited king, I should say. And that is going to get us over to Kevin, who is going to look down at the computer hand and say, nope, not even a good price will bring me in with this. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop. Pocket aces way out in front. Coins looking for some hearts. JJ, maybe a 10 and a king. No, we got a heart, 10 flop. So both players picking up some pieces and decent equity against the aces that are still ahead, though.
Boy, tricky spot here for aces.
Yeah, he just has to continue betting, and honestly, this sizing now with the way that flop has come out is a little bit on the small side. He's going to dodge it here on the turn, though. Brings in some backdoor diamonds. None of the players here with diamonds. Doc now should go very, very polar. He needs to get his opponents to pay to see this next card. Gonna bet 500. This is still a little bit smaller than I'd like to see, but it is better than a half pot to 1/3 pot size bet. JJ here now with top pair, wondering what on earth is going on. There's a bet and a call in front of me. Am I ever good? I'm good enough to call. See if I can fade a bad river and they check to me, maybe. Going to be a 9 of diamonds. Brings in the backdoor diamonds. 7-8 got there. That's about it.
7-8 would have been double gutted too, but Doc, not afraid.
This is a very small bet, though, and honestly, now that he's gotten here, this is probably the best way to get paid off. But sort of interesting sizings as we move along here throughout the hand. But yeah, JJ here, I mean, for 500, how do you fold now with top pair? And you don't. You pay it off and you get showed the 2 black aces. Frustratingly slam your cards into the sensor and probably break that one too.
Yeah, they're going to move tables now and continue this game post-stream. So this is a pretty large TCH Live RFID table. So, like, hey, why don't we just move this to the regulation one now that the stream is done? So, shout out to Asa, shout out to Carolyn, shout out to our floors and dealers, Mr. Aaron McAvoy here with the commentary, with myself, Mike Youngblood, saying time to say goodbye. And in the words of the great Mike Sexton, as always, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters. Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.